Good morning, children. In the class today, we will study Lorentz magnetic force, its magnitude, its direction, and the trajectory of the charged particle due to Lorentz magnetic force. So let's begin the day with Lorentz magnetic force. Children, this Lorentz magnetic force is force acting over moving charges in magnetic field. Unlike Lorentz electric force, this force only acts over moving charges. If the charge is still in magnetic field, it would not experience any force. Well, the force acting over moving charge in magnetic field depends upon the value of charge directly. It depends upon the velocity v of the charge. It depends upon sine of angle theta, sine theta. Theta is angle between magnetic field and velocity vector. This is also called as obliquity factor. So if we club all these three factors, q, v and sine theta, and remove the sign of proportionality, we get a constant, and that constant is the value of magnetic field. So this is the magnitude of force acting over moving charge in magnetic field. This is what is called as Lorentz magnetic force. The value of the force is B, Q, V, sine theta. B is magnetic field, Q is charge, V is velocity, and sine theta. Here theta is angle between magnetic field vector and velocity vector. In vector form, it can be written as force vector is equal to Q times V cross B. So force, direction of force is the direction of cross product of V vector and B vector. So we know how to find out the direction of a vector using cross product, but we won't work out the direction of this force using the direction of the cross product. Well, we'll work out this direction using Fleming's left hand rule. So what is this Fleming's left hand rule? See, according to Fleming's left hand rule, these are the three fingers of your left hand. You have to use your left hand, and these are three fingers of your left hand. This is the plane of palm. Thumb is also in the plane of palm. These two fingers which are not used are folded like this. Now, this tallest finger is held perpendicular to palm. See, index finger and thumb, they are still in the plane of palm. And this middle finger is perpendicular to the plane of palm. And this arrangement is fixed, you cannot change it. So what is special about this arrangement is the fact that index finger and thumb, they are in the plane of palm. And this tallest finger is perpendicular to the plane of palm. This arrangement is fixed. So in these three fingers, if we take this index finger or middle finger along magnetic field, B, magnetic field, and this middle finger or tallest finger along the direction of velocity, then in whichever direction this thumb points out, that's the direction of force acting over charge. Remember, this law is made for positive charges. If this is magnetic field, this is the velocity of the positive charge, then this thumb represents the direction of force over positive charge. Well, before we work out examples to understand this law, well, let us know cross. Cross is the representation of a vector which is perpendicular inward. Perpendicular inward, that is perpendicular into the plane of board or perpendicular into the plane of your compy. And dot is the representation of the vector which is perpendicular outward, that is perpendicular out of the board or perpendicular out of your compy. Well, cross and dot do not necessarily represent direction of magnetic field. They may represent direction of any vector. This cross may be velocity, this cross may be force, this cross may be magnetic field. Likewise, this dot can also represent any vector, not necessarily magnetic field vector. Well, this law which has just been explained to you is applicable for positive charges. But if the charge happens to be negative, then the direction of third vector, if charge happens to be negative, direction of third vector is anti-parallel. Anti-parallel means if this is magnetic field, this is velocity, and the charge is negative, in that case the force would not be in this direction, it would be in fact in the opposite direction. If this happens to be force, this happens to be say velocity of negative charge, then the third vector is what? Magnetic field. It won't be in this direction, it would be in fact in this direction. So direction of third vector is going to be anti-parallel. It is not necessarily that we always find out direction of force. If we know velocity and magnetic field, we of course are able to find out the direction of force. But if any two of vectors are given, force is given, velocity is given, we can find out magnetic field, or magnetic field is given, force is given, we can find out the velocity. So right now we will find out the force from magnetic field and velocity's direction. So let us understand this Fleming's left hand rule better with the help of some examples before you. Children, you have to work out these examples on your own, and if you do it right now, you will learn it instantaneously. So the very first example, see, the magnetic field is towards right. Magnetic field is towards right, and we have a charge moving in the direction as shown in the diagram. This charge is moving, this is of course positive charge, it is moving like this as shown in the diagram. So what is direction of force acting over it? We know Fleming's left hand rule. Remember, we have to use left hand rule, not right hand rule. So let us take our fingers in the appropriate direction of the vectors in the diagram. See, magnetic field is towards right. So let us take this index finger in the direction which is of magnetic field towards right. Now where is velocity? Without changing this, let us take this second vector is given velocity. So let us take this tallest finger in the direction of velocity without changing this index finger direction. So this tallest finger is taken along velocity. So what is this? See, magnetic field towards right, velocity downward. So where is thumb? The thumb is coming out. Out means perpendicular outward. Perpendicular out of the plane of this board. So direction of force where is what? Direction of force over this charge is going to be, it is going to be dot. Dot means perpendicular outward. I hope it is clear. See, magnetic field is towards right. The velocity is along tallest finger, and this thumb is where? Outward. Outward means dot. So direction of force over this charge particle which is moving in this magnetic field in this direction would be perpendicular outward. I hope it is clear to everyone. Well, example number 2. We have magnetic field in this direction. In this example, magnetic field is like this, and there is velocity. So let us take this index finger along magnetic field which is perpendicular into the plane of board, and the velocity is where? So without changing this index finger direction, let us take this velocity, tallest finger along velocity. This is magnetic field perpendicular into the plane of board, cross. This is magnetic field perpendicular into the plane of board, and this tallest finger is along velocity. So where is thumb pointing? This thumb is pointing in this direction, in the upward direction in the diagram. This is the direction of force. And had this charge been negative, in that case the force would have been what? In the opposite direction. Anyway, if the sign of the charge is not given, by default it is taken as positive. Well, we can remember this law as mother, father, child rule. Mother, this is father and this is child. Mother stands for magnetic field. Child stands for charge, velocity of charge, and thumb, that is force. Father represents force. So mother, father and child. Well, let us see example number 3. Here the magnetic field is in this direction, downward, and the velocity is dot. Velocity is dot. That means the velocity is in this direction. So let us take the fingers one by one. Magnetic field is in this direction. So let us take this index finger along magnetic field. Now without changing this, let us take this tallest finger along velocity. And where is velocity? This velocity is outward. So we have to rotate it like this. Can you see it? This is magnetic field. This is velocity. So where is thumb? Where is thumb? This is magnetic field. This is velocity. The thumb is where? Towards right. So the force over this charge would be towards right, as shown in the diagram. I hope this is clear. Again, if the charge happens to be negative, then the force would not be towards right, it would be towards left. Well, next example. Well, I have taken here in this example a negative charge, electron. So what is magnetic field direction here? Magnetic field is given as dot. Dot means perpendicular outward, and velocity of electron is towards left. Velocity of electron is towards left. So let us forget about that this is a negative charge and apply the rule. Where is magnetic field? Magnetic field is like this, outward, perpendicular outward, that is dot. Where is velocity? Velocity is towards left. Where is thumb pointing? Thumb is pointing in the upward direction, like this. This is the direction. But this would have been the direction had the charge been positive. The direction would have been this only. But since the charge is negative, then the direction of the force would be where? Not in the upward direction, it would be in the downward direction. So why is this is magnetic field, this is velocity? Why is force not up? The force is not in the upward direction because this is not a positive charge. This is electron in negative charge. Therefore, the direction of third vector is anti-parallel. It is not up, it is what? Down like this. Let us work out the last example of the day. And in the last example, what do we have? We have a magnetic field cross, that is perpendicular into the plane of compass, a board. And force acting on the charge particle, positive charge is what? In this direction. Now let us find out velocity, direction of velocity. Well, magnetic field is cross, so let us take this index finger along magnetic field. And where is force? Force is down. That means you have to rotate. That means I will have to rotate without changing my index finger. I will have to bring thumb in the direction of force, like this. So this is magnetic field, cross, and this is force. So where is this index finger, this tallest finger? This tallest finger is pointing towards left. So this is the direction of velocity over positive charge. See, in this example, magnetic field and force are given. And we are finding out the direction of velocity. So magnetic field is, let us see once again, it is cross, perpendicular inward, and the force is here like this. Force is like this. Force is like this. See, this is, it is like this. This is like this. Force like this. This is magnetic field, this is force, and this is thumb. I hope this is clear very well. So this is in this particular situation we have found out the third vector, and that is velocity. And had the charge been negative, then the velocity would not have been towards left, it would have been towards right, as the direction of third vector is anti-parallel. Well, now children, let us talk about the trajectory of the charge particle. As charge particle moves into magnetic field, what kind of path it moves along? Trajectory means path, the locus of the points through which the charge particle moves. Now if the charge particle enters normally, this is an example where the charge particle enters normally. So what is magnetic field? Magnetic field is given as cross, and this is the charge particle, this is positive charge particle, and it is thrown downward with velocity v. So this is your magnetic field cross, the velocity is down. So where is thumb? Thumb is towards side. That means the force over this charge particle will be towards side. I have already made the trajectory. I am explaining that trajectory. The force is towards side. We know that the direction of force is always going to be perpendicular to velocity as well as magnetic field. But as this charge particle starts moving in this magnetic field with velocity v, it starts experiencing a force towards right. So by virtue of this force, this charge particle is also deflected towards right. It is also deflected towards right. But as the charge particle deflects towards right, the direction of the velocity changes, and by whatever angle the direction of velocity changes, by same angle the direction of force also changes, like this. And the process continues. Velocity keeps changing its direction in its attempt to align itself along force. वेलोसिटी अपनी डायरेक्शन को चेंज करती रहती है और इस कोशिश में चेंज करती है कि वो फोर्स पे अलाउ हो जाएगी, लेकिन by whatever angle the velocity changes its direction, by same angle the direction of force also changes. So the velocity keeps chasing the force. This is the initial position where the force is towards side. The velocity keeps making an effort to align itself in the direction of force, but it never succeeds, as by whatever angle the velocity changes in its attempt to align itself along force, the force changes by same angle. The force changes by same angle. So this force keeps changing its direction, and it keeps changing its direction simply because force has to remain perpendicular to both magnetic field as well as velocity. And in the process, you can see the force points towards a particular point, towards a fixed point. That fixed point is nothing but the center of the circle, and the trajectory of the charged particle is what? Circular. So what is the trajectory of charged particle? Circular. CIRCLE. The trajectory of charged particle is circle. So when is the trajectory circle? The trajectory of charged particle is circle when charged particle enters normally into the field. The other example, the same example. Now see the magnetic field is towards in this direction. Let us take this board and rotate it by 90 degree. इस बोर्ड को मान लो उठाकर हमने यूं कर दिया, तो जो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इस डायरेक्शन में है वो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इस डायरेक्शन में होगी. अब इसमें चार्ज पार्टिकल अगर एंटर करता है नीचे की ओर, तो फोर्स किधर होगा? इस तरफ होगा, और ये वेलोसिटी फोर्स के अलोंग आने की कोशिश करेगी लाइक दिस, बट इट वुड नेवर बी एबल टू अलाइन इटसेल्फ इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ फोर्स, as the force also rotates by the same angle. So this circle which is formed here in the plane of board would now be formed here in the space like this. So the charged particle which enters normally, it moves on circular path like this. If the magnetic field is in this direction, the charged particle enters and moves like this on the circular path. And this circle is what? Like this. This is circular path in a plane, and that plane is like this, perpendicular to magnetic field. So what is the trajectory of the charged particle? Circle. Both the examples are same. The only difference is I have rotated this board by 90 degree, as the real the magnetic field which is in this direction is now in this direction. The charged particle is still entering. So this circle which was made in the plane of board is now made like this in the space. So when charged particle enters normally into a magnetic field, it moves on circular path. Well, if it doesn't enter normally, then what happens? See. This is magnetic field, and the charged particle does not enter normally, it enters at an angle theta. In this situation, this velocity will have two components. One would be the component parallel to magnetic field, that would be V cos theta. Another would be what? Other component would be perpendicular to the field. And what is that? That is V sin theta. So this is velocity 1 of the charged particle. This is second velocity of the charged particle. Now see, in this situation when it enters normally, it has no component, the velocity has no component along magnetic field. But as it enters obliquely, it has two components. One is component along magnetic field, and another is component perpendicular to the field. And this component V1 which is along magnetic field, because of this component there is no force. You know when theta is equal to 0, the force is going to be 0. So for this velocity which is along magnetic field, well, there won't be any force. But because of this velocity, there would be large magnetic force, and because of this velocity, it will move on circular path. So because of this velocity, it moves on circular path, but at the same time, this velocity is also there. In the last case, the velocity along magnetic field was 0. Whole of the velocity was perpendicular to the field. So because of this perpendicular velocity, it moves on circular path. Because of this perpendicular velocity, it will move on circular path. But at the same time, it has a velocity along magnetic field. Therefore, it will not only move on circular path, it will also progress along. It will not only move along circular path, it will also progress along magnetic field like this. So it will move along magnetic field also with the velocity v1, and it moves on the circular path because of the velocity v sin theta. So it not only moves on circular path, but this circular path is also stretched along magnetic field, and this is what is called as helix. So trajectory of the charged particle is helical if charged particle enters obliquely. When it enters normally, the trajectory is what? circular, perfect cycle. But if it is entering into a magnetic field obliquely, then it moves on helical path. The helical path is just like the path of a spring, the shape of the spring. Like if this happens to be the magnetic field, and if the charged particle enters obliquely like this with certain velocity, then it will move on circular path. Yeah, it will move on circular path. It will move on circular path. At the same time, it will move along magnetic field also. If the magnetic field is like this, and the charged particle enters obliquely into this magnetic field with velocity v at an angle theta, then it will move on circular path like this. It will move on circular path, but at the same time, it will move along magnetic field also. So, if the charged particle enters, this is magnetic field and charged particle enters at an angle theta. Well, the charged particle will move on circular path like this. And what is this path? All these paths are helix. The trajectory of the charged particle is helical when it enters obliquely into a magnetic field. Trajectory of the charged particle is circular. When it enters normally. If the charged particle enters parallel or anti-parallel, the trajectory remains rectilinear. Why? Because there is no force. When theta is 0 or 180 degrees, sin theta or sin 0 is what? 0 is on 180 is 0. So when no force, no change of path, it remains rectilinear. Thank you very much. God bless you all.